God, it feels like the light that I'm using is drying out my contacts. And me pretending like I didn't just smoke a bowl. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Talking to Tris. I sneezed and a year flew by. Oops. What happened? I'm glad y'all are still here. So glad y'all are still here. We've got so much to talk about. This last year was a roller coaster, in my opinion. There has been so many things that unexpectedly happened that reshaped me as a person, that broke my heart. I mean, like a roller coaster. There's also been really good things. So let's get into it. I, first of all, hope that everybody listening to this has been doing incredible. I hope you are absolutely thriving in life right now. And more importantly, I hope that you are setting and following through on boundaries that only help you as a person. So, this time last year, I was pretty much like, it's kind of funny how like similar things are right now to where they were last year, because I remember last year in June, I was still really into like the drag of it all, and I'm really, really into it now. I was kind of more like clown oriented this time last year, and now I've been more focused on like kind of figuring out my face. Like, it's so weird because like I swear I will look at myself in the mirror. I could look in the mirror for 10 hours. I don't know what I look like. It's so odd because like it's like back camera, front camera kind of vibe. You know what I mean? I have an idea of what my face shape is, and then I'll try to do the makeup on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is not what I'm going for, and I think that I should just take the whole look off. But with like figuring it out, like really getting back into the like makeup part of it all, I find it so relaxing and I find it so soothing just to kind of like sit, turn a podcast on. For me, it is Very Delta. I literally love Very Delta probably more than any podcast I've ever listened to. And that's me being so serious. Delta Work is one of the funniest people on earth. She's given me a lot of new sayings as well as really enhanced my vocabulary. Do you know what the word admonishing means? To scold? Like, we don't, like, I think she said in her episode, I don't know why we're admonishing people for their contributions. Oh, I love learning a new word. I don't know about y'all, but I love Drag Race. I love Drag Race so much. Like, I love Drag Race in a crazy way. I just started back on it again recently because my Paramount Plus, whatever, like, expired. And they have like a channel that's like 24 hours dedicated to it. So, bitch, I'm all over that. Are you kidding me? And I'll just turn it on while I'm doing stuff throughout the day. Kind of like shuffles between episodes. I love it. Um, oh, I keep doing that like lip thing. I'm sorry. Got my iPad, you guys, and I've got some notes on what I want to talk about today. Especially like kind of on the subject of drag. I've been figuring out what she looks like. I've been figuring out her style. I think something that I love is that you don't have to have like, you know, set in stone what your kind of persona looks like, if that makes sense. You know, like I kind of think like sugar and spice, like high hair. I also hate how inauthentic I feel whenever I'm in front of a camera talking in a microphone. I don't like that. I think that that's not really fair to do to myself because, like, I don't know. We're doing a podcast. It's fun. Let's just talk. It's what it is. I will say, so I want to talk really quick about Made by Mitchell because that's the makeup that I've been using a lot lately, and I really, really love their products. Guys, they don't move. Like, they're bright, very pigmented. They're cream based, and you put it like on the back of your hand for it to warm it up. And then like once you get it going, once you get it, oh, it blends like nobody's business, dude. It's beautiful. And I got the brushes because I wanted to try those out too. I can't. Like, they're so good, so good. Oh my gosh, so good. I also want to show you guys my two favorite TikToks of like the week so far because I feel like that's very intimate and I want to make sure that you see it. Okay, let me find this TikTok really quick for y'all. Like, he's doing the cartwheel. What up, bro? Oh my god, this video.
Queen of drag, we got the queen of drag. Miss RuPaul, we love you, Miss RuPaul. Miss RuPaul, we love you. Dust. But you know what?
Dust. But I live. That has become part of the vocabulary too. Dust. Dust. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think for my first performance in drag, I think I want to dress up as like, you know what I mean? Like have my little like Lola moment. Very pink, very orange, very yellow. I feel like those are like the perfect colors. You know what I mean? Life is a work of art. You gotta paint it colorful. Like literally though. Okay. I don't mean to like vastly change the subject out of nowhere, but I think that I really want to touch on oh my god, this is such a like drastic shift. But this is something that I really wanted to like go heavy on today. Especially regarding like, you know, friends and like people in your life. I think that we have a it's like a false sense of control when it comes to how people perceive you, how you know people see your actions, impact over intent. Of course, if I hurt you and I didn't mean to hurt you, I still hurt you, and I own up to that because I think that the willingness to admit where your accountability lies in the situation plants the seeds for that forgiveness and healing to begin. You know? I say this because I think that oversharing and maybe like, let's say like with finances, like in my head, in my perception, I don't worry about my friends' finances. I don't worry about their money. I don't worry about how they're going to pay rent. I don't worry about their car note. I don't worry about anything financially with anybody but myself because I'm not paying their bills, you know? And I also just feel like that's unnecessarily stressful on your own brain to like kind of like insert yourself into that position where you're just stressing over somebody else's finances. Hey boo. Okay, I'm editing right now and I was like scrolling on TikTok this morning and this video by this creator, his name is Cyree Jarrell Johnson. This video perfectly describes what I am talking about. I'm gonna insert the video right here. Thank you so much for posting this, Cyree, because like I have so much trouble putting things into words sometimes, and sometimes you just need someone else to say it a different way that makes it make complete sense. So, love you.
On the topic of holding your friends accountable, some of you need to be better about recognizing when a friendship is over. Your friend is an adult. Adults get to make adult decisions. So, and I'm not talking about when things are objectively unethical, like your friend who's like beating her children or your friend who is cheating on her spouse, right? Like that's not what I'm talking about. Things that are objectively wrong. And your friend's an adult and you don't have to agree with every decision they make for their own life. It's not your life. And I think increasingly when I hear this conversation about accountability among friends and I'm going to tell my friend the truth, you don't really know what the truth is for your friend. Your friend is a whole different person from you. They may need something completely different in their life. Now, if this is hurting you, that's a whole nother thing. But when you find that your friend's values no longer match your own, it might be time for the friendship to end. That's not necessarily a time for you to level criticism about the life choices of another adult. It's very disrespectful, actually, because you're not an authority in your friend's life. Your friend is the authority on their life. So, for instance, I had a friend consistently who dated white people who were racist. I ended the friendship. Because it's not for me to say, don't date racists, don't date racists. Yeah, I think that's objectively, ethically wrong, but it's also not something that's my values support. Some people think that they can work through that and support that and do this and that and third with it. I'm not interested in having a friend like that. I don't need to change my friend. Those are their lessons to learn. But sometimes when it's just a neutral thing and you feel like you need to hold your friend accountable for the decisions they're making in their life and it has no impact on you, that's a control thing. You want control over your friend. And I think you need to be honest about that. Because sometimes the friendship is just over. You don't like the way that person lives their life. You don't really need a reason. But trying to change another adult from making decisions that are right for them, that's not friendship. Sorry, that's not friendship.
I also see the ability to understand where they're coming from because obviously it's coming from a place of care. But when does that care become control? You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, care is kind of like, hey, I love you. I know you're going through some shit right now financially. If you need me, if you need any help with anything, or if you just need somebody to talk to, I'm so here for you. And I think control is, how are you going to do anything? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Like kind of going at it in a very like, with so much of a lack of compassion that it doesn't even have the ability to like sound like it's coming from a place of care anymore, you know? And I think that long-term proximity that I was talking about is something that gives people the idea that that's something that they're okay to say out loud and to bring to your attention. And it's one thing when you set a boundary once and say, hey, love you, that's not your business. Like RuPaul, I don't see why that's any of your fucking business. Like, that's kind of what it feels like. It's like, I understand. I appreciate the fact that you even care enough to talk to me about these things. I'm going to lay it down right now that release yourself of that worry because it's not something that you have to worry about. It's also none of your business, with peace and love. And I say this because I think that oversharing and maybe like, because there's nothing, I mean, oversharing is sometimes necessary whenever you're speaking to somebody about something that, you know, might have a lot of details in it. I think that oversharing can become bad for you when, if it's told to somebody who, in the moment, of course, was absolutely being sympathetic and hearing you out, and then immediately when things turn south is used as ammo against you. And that's not very fair because I feel like we're all here for the first time. We're all living our own lives that are going at their own paces and speeds. And I don't think that that should ever affect your friendship with somebody. It's kind of like, it kind of gives like status. Like, let's say you got a like new job and you are like top of the line, like baby, that's awesome. Like that is awesome. I've already been there and done that with the corporate world. I was the top agent at the job that I had. I did everything right, and I had never felt more empty in my entire life. And I think I literally talked about this on the last episode. And so people are put in positions like that where you've got friends who are, you know, a singer, a baker, a candlestick maker. Like everybody has their own like way of going around adulthood, navigating the career that they want to be in. Or people kind of like me who I prefer having multiple streams of income. Friendships that have a lot of time spent together or have, you know, just a very long history does not equal you can say and do whatever you want because we've known each other for that amount. I think that there should always be a baseline of respect. Another thing is I've been very communication driven. In my opinion, I grew up as a people pleaser. I was very much always putting other people's needs before my own, which don't do that. You know, like it's just it's such a frustrating way to go about adulthood because that's not how the real world works, in my opinion. I feel like communication is very healthy. I also think that communication is unbelievably necessary with people our age. But once again, when does that turn into weaponized communication? I don't know when there became such a compassion gap, and maybe not even a compassion gap, but maybe just like people not willing to have nuance in situations, not willing to, oh my gosh, like how do I describe it? Just not really willing to put themselves in your place before judging you for being in the place that you're in. That could look like ending a friendship because, you know, they don't recognize you anymore. This time last year, I stopped performing, if that makes sense. Like I stopped performing just kind of like in general. I really cut down on the people pleasing tendencies that I would always have. I, in certain terms, became very selfish because I guess I hadn't really done that before. But like doubled down on the selfishness that was looking like, and I kind of went through like an isolation period where I was really discovering myself. In other terms, I was like facing so many demons. Ew, like just so many things that you push down until you can't push down anymore. And then you just kind of have to face it head on. And also just like really absorbing the way people around me were perceiving me instead of like in a way that it's only from their own assumption. Like none of it is based in reality. None of it is based in fact. It's kind of like they like create a character for you. And in my opinion, once you make up somebody's mind, especially about something like that, it's kind of hard to get them to see you as a human instead of like that character. A human who has flaws, a human who makes mistakes, and also a human who, just like you, is here for the first time as well. And so just kind of navigating adulthood. And this is going to tie back into how I said be careful with who you are extremely confident with in telling things about your life. Because there are situations where, even in the moment, especially with how genuine it feels, when it's thrown back at you in a negative way, it's very hard to swallow. Because in that moment, you're like, oh my God, I'm never telling anybody anything about my life again. And then, like, you immediately, like, okay, that's not reality. But it's also like, damn, I think I really need to work on my discernment when it comes to people who get intricate details about my life, because I think throwing it back at somebody is not a fair way of going about communication, you know? Because, like, the difference between care and control, like I had mentioned, and, you know, when is it a moment of actual control that you're trying to have over somebody? You're not living your life the way that I'm living my life. And so I can't be around you anymore. I don't want to be around you anymore. And you kind of think like them using the communication and the confidence that you had by telling them this certain thing or whatever, or just kind of like giving them your life details and it being thrown back at you in a way that's like, you don't get to have a say in this. We've made up our mind. I mean, it gets to a point where like you kind of just don't want to, you don't ever want to try and explain yourself to somebody who's adamant on not listening. You know what I mean? Like, there is a point where, you know, you can have, like, if somebody has made up their mind about you, for example, I'm at the point now because I have just really grounded myself in those, like avoiding the people pleasing person and just being direct and being who I am and being real, but not real in a way where I'm like, that shirt's fucking ugly. Being real in a way where, like, if somebody asked me if they like my shirt or if I like their shirt, I'm like, it's not my favorite. I don't personally like it, but do you like it? Because my opinion doesn't fucking matter in that scenario. I think people are absolutely allowed to have their perceptions. I think people are absolutely allowed to have their opinions. Um, Even if they're not true, even if they're not based in reality, because the fuck am I gonna do about it? I'm not gonna beg you to like me. I'm not gonna beg you to like see me as a human being when you can't, you know? Like, that's what a waste of my life. Like, you, baby, think what you gotta think, do what you gotta do, live how you gotta live. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. A huge thing that you have to radically accept is it is completely out of your control, and that's okay. I'm a very isolated person in the way that I love being in my apartment. I love being around my plants. I love, because everything that I do and have is in my apartment. And of course, I don't like shut myself out for like days. I mean, like, I go outside, girl. Like, we move, like, we walk. And I've really learned that as I've gotten older, because I'm 27 now. And I was like, I don't know, there's just something about being able to be comfortable in your own solitude without it being something to feel shameful about, you know? It sounds silly, but I love being in a space where I'm fully unmasked. And that coincides with what I was saying earlier about, okay, coincides. Me, I'm like, oh my God, whatever. I've been like really, really trying to like expand my vocabulary recently. We're all navigating adulthood. We're all navigating our 20s. We're all like, oh my gosh, Delta Work said this one time, and I thought this was the perfect analogy. She said, we're all in the same storm, we're just in different boats. Ugh. But yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Let's talk about contact dermatitis. Contact dermatitis is the worst. I'm over it. I'm simply over it. Last year, when I lived in my other apartment, I said, ooh, let me get a nail set. Let me get Beatles nail gel. Like, literally, like, famous last words. I got it, and I treated that shit like nail polish. I treated it like it was literally nail polish. I'd get it on my skin, on my cuticles, and then I'd cure it, and I'd just kind of like file off the part that was on the skin to where it looked like it was just on the nail. Hey, did you know you're going to hell? Like, what the fuck are you doing? That was whenever I was working at my work from home job. And I remember that I was like doing that for like 2 weeks straight. And around that 2 week mark, I was like, huh, my cuticles are kind of itchy. Like, what's going on? And then like one morning I woke up and like each of them were fucking swollen. Like literally swollen cuticles, dude. I had to like get on the phone with my doctor and be like, "Hey, what do I do?" And he was like, "That looks like contact dermatitis. Have you been doing like anything with like gel nails?" I'm like, "No." Why? Hey, fun fact, you can literally get contact dermatitis from a synthetic wig. Like, I think that all you can just do is laugh. You can get contact dermatitis from thinking about it at this point with me. Oh my gosh, and it's so stressful. Okay, I use gloves whenever I'm working on my drag wig. And you have to use all of those different, like hair things, like the got to be gel. I noticed that as I was using it, oh my gosh, that feeling's starting to come back. I'm like, oh yay, great, contact dermatitis. I looked on Reddit, I looked on Google, I looked on all these things, whatever, because that's official, right? But people were saying if you do like apple cider vinegar with a I think 1 to 4 ratio of it. You soak the wig in that, and then you soak it in like Dawn dish soap or something like that, and that apparently gets all of like the chemicals that are still bonded to the wig. It might have worked. It might have worked. I have no idea if it worked though, because as soon as I took the wigs out and I dried them and I, kind of like styled them, and I'm just running my cuticles through the hair like an idiot, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. And and then I ended up using the Got To Be hairspray, and I ended up using the Got To Be gel. Was not good. I was not okay. Apparently, the chemicals in the hairspray, as well as the chemicals in the gel, are a very, very common reason behind contact dermatitis when you're styling a wig. Oh, okay, cool. Great. What do I do? Isn't human hair expensive? I have no idea. I know a box of gloves isn't. So I grabbed a box of gloves, and I ended up using those, and like it's absolutely helped. I don't keep them on for more than an hour at a time though, because I think that's something I read something that was like you shouldn't like you should let your fingers and like everything breathe. So like if you do wear gloves while you're styling, like just wear only for an hour. And then give yourself like a 15-minute break to breathe. Okay, great. And you'd think that it would be a situation where, oh, well, I mean, if it accidentally touches something, it's fine. It's fine. Like, if I set the wig down on the, oh my gosh, like, I'm like admitting to you guys how I'm like, I just don't be using that brain sometimes. I'm like, let me set it on the couch real quick. And I put it on the couch and then like later go and lay in that area of the couch or whatever after I've like moved everything off of it. Like SpongeBob, like itchy, itchy. Why am I so itchy? Like that's, oh, I hate it. I hate it. Because I have like a plastic tub that I like soak the wig in. And even grabbing that, I've got to put a glove on to grab that and put it in the other room because grabbing it with my bare hands, that's enough. Itchy. Scratch, scratch. And I think this all stemmed from when I was in 11th grade on a speech and debate trip. And me and my friend decided to do avocado masks. And she put hers on, looked like a goddess in human form, of course. I put it on, and my face starts swelling. I start breaking out in hives. Why? Why? So apparently, we learned that evening that, and this is like years ago, 11th grade, I'm in high school when this happened. Apparently, the proteins or whatever in the avocado is very, very similar to that of, guess what? Latex. Or rubber. The shit that I can't even think about without getting itchy. And I'm sitting there, I'm just, like me just swollen. And like, I remembered that and I was like, oh my gosh, I think this is whenever it began. Those damn avocados, y'all. But you know what? It is what it is, baby, But yeah, the gloves have been working fine. I'm just thinking more about, hey, what about whenever I put it on like my actual head and because I'm gonna have a wig cap on, obviously, but what about the lace? And what about this? And what about the glue that you have to use for your wig? Does that have latex in it? Does that have rubber in it? Is my head gonna swell? Because I saw that on TikTok about somebody who had the same thing as me. Then what? Brick. That's what. And it never happens whenever I touch silicone, though. But maybe that's not the same thing. I don't know. So what about this new Fortnite season? Do any of y'all play Fortnite?
I literally love Fortnite. Personally, I do. I personally literally love Fortnite.
No, last season was so fun. Everybody was playing like they did that collab with Overwatch. I don't play Overwatch, but I really want to get into it because I really got into Marvel Rivals at one point, and that was really, really, really fun. And I heard that they're similar in taste, So Definitely got to do that soon. But they had a collab with Overwatch, and it was like the first time in Fortnite that you were able to play like first person point of view instead of like seeing your character running in third person. Oh my god, I loved it because okay, the gun that I used. Also, skip ahead like 2 minutes if if this is stupid. But the gun that I used, it was like the pulse pistols, and they were purple. Oh my god, like the way I would pay actual money to be able to get those back because whatever the hell is going on in this new season doesn't make any sense to me. Like, oh, and it's always when you get so used to the map and you get so used to like where your specific spots are that have like oh the goodies, like the good stuff, the gold ones, And yeah, I woke up one morning. I guess I forgot I mean like obviously on the title screen it gives you like the countdown to the next season. But damn, like I miss it. I miss it. Bring it back. Also, I play build though because I like whenever I can kind of like put myself into a little box as I'm like healing myself with like the stone. And if somebody shoots, like the stone's harder to break. So love that. Also, am gonna get back into Dead by Daylight. That's a fun game. Oh my god, you guys. I don't know if y'all have played it before. It's four people who are being chased by the killer, the one that Wendy Williams is specifically talking about. And no, I'm just kidding. And you have to there's five generators all across the map. And you have to fix all of the generators so that the gate can open so that you can escape from the killer. But if the killer finds you and you get chased and he gets you, he literally hangs you on a hook like a fucking meat slab. And it's graphic. There's a lot of blood too. But um oh my gosh, it gets my blood pumping. It's so fun. It's so like scary, like because I hate being chased. And so like see like having it happen like on the game, it feels so real. But definitely look into Dead by Daylight. Love Dead by Daylight. I main Meg, but I do miss Animal Crossing City Folk. I do. I think about her a lot. That game, I think that game turned me into the person who I am today, who loves to turn their home into their like super cozy, beautiful sanctuary. I love it. The music is also peak in that game, in my opinion. I personally think it's the coziest music, but maybe it's just because it reminds me of like being 10 years old and just like sitting in my bedroom, like playing that and taking it so seriously. I loved how serious I would take that game, y'all. I was like, I'm gonna go garden real quick for you guys. Like, I've got some turnips to pick. Like, girl, you are having fun. I love it. I'm like, I got a couch to go set up. So that's so cute. I love that. But also the music of it is just so familiar of that time too. And I actually started playing the DS version of that after I got City Folk. And so, because I think they were like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were compatible. Like you were able to like, if you wanted to like have your city on the DS, move over to the Wii version, you were able to like airdrop it. I don't fucking know. Oh, but people will just make those little playlists on YouTube that you can listen to, and sometimes all you need is just to go to bed to that to feel a little better. God, I love it. It's so good. I am a nostalgia driven person very heavily, and it's not by my own volition. I don't want to be like this, but oh my gosh. And I know y'all get this, like anything nostalgic, it just gives you that warm feeling. It's like, damn, I haven't felt this in forever. Oh my God, I love this. Like, I want to oh my gosh, The Backrooms. I haven't even seen the movie yet. I don't know anything about what's going on in that movie. All I know is, girl, I don't even know. I have no idea. I'm going in completely blind to that movie, actually, and I'm so excited. Every clip I've seen, though, on TikTok, because nothing's sacred anymore, of course. Um, the clips that I've seen so far, I've actually really, really liked. Those have been, like, crazy good. I did see Obsession. I'm not trying to sound like every other person on earth, but I thought that movie was really good. I think her name is Indy. I can't remember her last name. Indy's such a pretty name, though. She is a good actress. Golly, beyond me, y'all. Like, she is a good actress. She was like so believable, but also the super, super fast transition she would do from like the Wish version of Nikki to like real Nikki, like those little pop flashback or not flashbacks, but like those moments where she's like shot to the present moment. She's like, what the fuck? Like the facials, the genuine like fear and shock and confusion, and then like her going back into like the wish Megan. That's crazy. Like that's talent. Sorry. That's talent. Honestly, this is just gonna be an ADHD brain dump at this point. Um, I got contacts like 2 weeks ago, and I also was, and I ordered them like a month ago, and so they finally came in and everything, and they told me like the guy who gave them to me. First of all, they didn't show me how to put them in. They didn't anything. He handed it to them. He's like, I hope you have a good day. And I go, can I have a case? He just gave me the contacts, not even a little green and white case to keep them in. Hey, can I have a case? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. He gives me the case. Do you have any solution? Like, girl, where am I gonna fucking put them? Can I also have some solution? Like, you got me going in blind, man. I don't know what I'm doing. And then they didn't show me how, so I leave. I go home and I look up. There's a TikTok for everything, so I look up a TikTok on how to do it. Takes me an hour, but I do it. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Once again, wonderful version of me never using my brain. That's mean. I don't mean that. Once again, another version where my excitement completely took over and I did not think about looking up every single thing. So I remember I put them in, my eyes got dry. Duh. And I was like, oh, I have eye drops. Perfect. And I put the eye drops in my eye. And that was when the world started ending. Then I was like, no, it's okay, it's okay. Like, I just need them to like settle. These are Lumify eye drops, by the way. Don't ever put Lumify eye drops on your contacts. That's gonna ruin them. They're not supposed to go on contacts. Just bare eyes or glasses, or like if you're wearing glasses, you can put them in that. You can put them on in that situation. They have some kind of like, I don't know. And my vision was really blurry, but then I would blink a couple times after I did that, and it would, kind of go back to normal to where I could see. And I'm like, maybe my eyes are just adjusting, like it's not like something that I've ever been used to. So, it's like, I get it. And then it ended up turning into, because I had to go get a haircut. That's about 30 minutes from where I live. A quick shout out at Liv the Barber. Go hit her up. Love Liv. And got like the way she cuts my hair, I told her if I ever become famous, like I'm gonna have to just take you with me and you're gonna be on salary, babe, because like I don't trust anybody else. I mean, like within seconds, like I was like 15 minutes into my drive, everything had been fine up until then. I kind of started blinking and then I was like, oh shit. Oh my gosh, help. And then on top of that, oh my gosh, this is insane. This is just actually insane. I was working on my wig before I left for the haircut. This is what I remember because I put the contacts in, and I had the dry eye situation, but then I was like, okay, we're good. I start working on the wig. I go to my haircut. I forget, and I'm gonna show y'all actually. It's kind of crazy. This is my hair cart right here. This has all of my hair supplies on it, and I have this like silicone pad that I keep on the top right here where I can put the hot comb on or the curling iron on when I'm using those so that it doesn't burn through the plastic, obviously. And if you know anything about a hot comb gets up to 450 degrees. So I want you to imagine me on the freeway in Houston. My contacts are doing backflips in my eyes. I'm putting more eye drops in my eyes that are just ruining them. My eyes are the reddest they've ever been. Oh, thank God I didn't get pulled over. Because I'm telling you guys, what I would have had nothing to be able to stand on. I could even, it was bad. And as I'm like losing my eyesight, I then remember I left the hot comb on. Perfect. Hell yeah. I left the hot comb on. I live alone. And I don't remember if I set it down perfectly on the silicone mat or if it's kind of rubbing against the plastic cart that it's sitting on right now. And so I have to call Liv, bless her heart. I can't come. Girl, I can't come today. Like I'm going through it right now. I got to fix this. I get home and I mean, even before I get to the hot comb, I can barely see the hot comb because I'm just, oh my God. I go to my bathroom, I get the contacts out of my eyes, and I immediately, like, I don't put any drops or anything. I just put my glasses on, and I was like, you need to never do that again, Tristan. Like, because I find out while I'm like taking them out and everything about how you can't put normal eye drops on them. They have to be 4 contacts. Duh. Like, oh my gosh, bro. But you know what? He didn't say anything to me. He handed me the contacts. After I like asked, hey, can I have the other supplies? And then like the worst part is that they're monthlies. What? And so because they're monthly contacts, I had looked up all kinds of stuff, and I tried putting them back in the next day. I remember, don't do that. Oh my God, don't do that. And I ended up getting the correct like solution that you can keep them in. And I also ended up getting the correct eye drops for these contacts. And it did fix the issue. It did give me that clear vision, you know, like it wasn't like a problem or anything. But then get this. Oh my God, bro, this story just keeps getting better. The next day I'm taking them out, and I remember like my left eye, girl, it popped out. No problem. No problem. My right eye, I remember like it was coming out, like I moved it to the side to where you could kind of like pinch it out once you move your eye a certain way. And it wasn't it wouldn't come out. Like, you know, like when you're wearing contacts, like you can see that small ring around your eye whenever it's on there. And so like that's the indicator that it's still in your eye. And I don't know if my blood vessels had like formed like a circle around the contact or something, but I could see that circle. And I was practically rubbing my cornea with my bare finger. I washed it before, don't worry. But I'm rubbing my cornea practically, and I'm like kind of like pinching my cornea because at this point, like I'm having to like breathe through my mouth because I'm so anxious. And it finally like I keep like I thought that I got it out, but then I looked and I could still see that ring. Um and so at this point, because I'm doing everything I can to get it out, it's not coming out. And now I've convinced myself that it's not coming out because it's not on your cornea, babe. It's in your eyelid. I bet it's up there. Did you check up there yet? Lift the hood. Let's see. It was not, but I absolutely lifted my eyelid, and I was practically digging under my eye because at this point I'm like, I would much rather like have a red ass eye for the evening instead of a contact stuck in it, you know? Did you know? And saying that, do you know what a corneal abrasion is? Not fun. Not fun. And I ended up giving myself like a very, very slight corneal abrasion to the point where my eye was almost swollen shut. Um, it wasn't like, oh my gosh. They said if it's leaking, but if it's leaking like, you know, something that's not a tear, like if it doesn't look like a tear, or if it's crusty and shit like that, ew. But like it said if it's that, go to the doctor. I didn't have that issue, but I did see where it was in this eye, like I could kind of see like where it was in the mirror. And after about an hour and a half of trying to dig for that contact that night before, I'm serious, you guys. I don't know where it went. Like I had the entire area set up to where like even if it fell out of my eye, it's still my area right now is set up in a way to where I would be able to find it. I had my floodlight on. Like I have this little flashlight that I got from TikTok Shop for free. And it's like a floodlight. Like it's so bright. The contact went to the back rooms. That's where it went. It went to the back rooms because it wasn't in my bathroom. And that's that. I swear it wasn't. And it sure as hell wasn't in my eye. I mean, like that one was gnarly. That also put me out on the contacts for about a week because I was like, I need to chill. That was a lot, Robin. You know, like that was a lot. I don't understand the concept of monthly contacts, but you know what? If it works for you, that's all that matters. And it don't work for me. Also so irritating when you lose that contact and now you're like, for the rest of the month, you just got to, I mean, what do? You just get to use one eye because you didn't pay for the other one. It's a weird system. It's a weird system. So I'm going to get the dailies. Also, for everybody who has been wanting to start a podcast, I definitely say rip the Band-Aid off because it's not hard. I thought it was a lot harder last year when I started this one. And then I ended up having like a bunch of things like kind of take over the priority of the podcast. And so I kind of like forgot about it pretty much. And Oh, this is kind of interesting. On the 9th of June, and this was also kind of like a, oh, okay. Like, you know, when people are like, the universe will nudge you. Um, it was the 9th of June this month, and I was just kind of like chilling, you know, doing my own thing. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, like I really, really need to bring the podcast back. Like that was something that I definitely feel like would be fun right now. Um, and like I can talk to anybody about anything, you know? And I ended up going to my YouTube account, like when I had initially posted the video. Girl, why did I post the video on the 9th of June the year before? Oh, okay. I hear you. I hear you. Like that was one of the, I love moments like that though, because it's like, so I pretty much caught everything together on that. But I was gonna say though, if you guys are wanting to start a podcast or anything, low key, I'm filming this on my iPhone. This microphone, it's called the Fifine microphone. I love it. It has really good quality, as y'all can hear. But when I tell y'all, it is as simple as plugging this USB-C into your phone and then plugging the other end of it into this. And then with your headphone jack, literally having this one in here and just connecting it to your headphones. Like, isn't that easy? That's not hard. And you just have your little setup. You can do that anywhere. What? So if you have been kind of on the fence for it or whatever, it's a lot easier than you think it is. And I really recommend doing it because it kind of feels like a journal. It's like a journal of like what I'm willing to share, you know? Oh, also, I don't know if y'all can see this or not. I've been cupping recently on my like shoulders and my back area and on my foot. It's really good on the foot, y'all. And I don't know if I did this one too tight. I don't know if this is trauma trying to leave my body or anything, but look at that bruise. That's crazy. Because on the other side, look at this. It's like, oh, it's not that bad, you know? But oh my gosh, it feels really good though, y'all. It feels really, really good. Like it is so, so relaxing. People say it hurts, but I always like, I don't know, when I tell like whenever I'm getting a massage, for example, I always tell the person, I'm like, if you think you're going too hard, like go harder. Like I promise you, I want you to feel like you're hurting me. I'm accidentally a linebacker, y'all. Like I literally also have like meaty shoulders and so much tension. I'm like, no, do your worst times 10, please, please. I hope this resonated with somebody. I hope y'all had a good time. I think that this is the start of something really exciting. It's so special to know that you have ears listening to your voice. And I'm just so happy that you are here. And I hope that you had a great day. And if it's not day, a great night. And remember, before you point the finger, smell it first. I'll see y'all later.